I also did other things, like I invented mass production as well. I was inventor of the mass production. Basically, the idea that you put a car or something on an assembly line, and a person puts one thing on the car. Basically, like installing alternators all day long. They were very good at basically installing the alternator. So you have a line of cars, and they're all moving along, and basically they move up to a person, and a person does a task, or two people do a task, and then the car moves on, and then another car moves up, and a person puts that part on that car. Basically, the whole idea behind mass production. What is mass production? Basically, one person doing one task all day long is more efficient than one person doing several tasks all day long. So anyway, what is mass production was basically one of my ideas, basically, and I thought it would work. I thought it would be an answer to solve problems, like the assembly lines, basically. So anyway, another Lucifer Star idea, basically. I also did some textile stuff and some other stuff, and like some cotton gin work and some other stuff. I did a lot of little things. Like I said, I didn't just run a patent office, and it wasn't just, or whatever. I started the patent office or whatever. So anyway though, whatever. It doesn't really matter. That's something else. But I invented mass production and basically the aircraft wings and pretty much cars and stuff like that. And I was also the owner of the world's first 24-hour assembly plant, basically using electrical lights, pretty much. I believed in electrical lighting, and also, well, we had gas lighting, but I was investing hugely into electrical lighting, basically. And I had one of the very first, basically 24-hour factories, pretty much, and 24-hour schools, pretty much. You know, basically different people working, 3 or 4 shifts a day, basically. So a building could have maximum efficiency or maximum output, basically. So anyway, so yes, all that stuff. That is Lucifer Star, or me, Brian, basically my ideas. A country is a place where your thoughts and desires or ideas are put into motion, basically, by the will of your people, pretty much. So anyway, I am Lucifer Star. I was the owner of America. I also owned Ireland and Germany or something like that. But as time went on, basically I left the people, they wanted to do things their way or whatever. And so, the children come along and they want to try out things. And so it's like, well, yeah, this is the old way. This is the way I used to do things. And these are my ideas. But anyway, so letting some kids play around a little bit and stuff like that. So anyway, though, but yeah, I am Lucifer White Star. So some people would say I lived on the backs of children. Well, in a way I did. Basically schooling and future children that would come along, and, epic existence and all that. So anyway, oh well. Like I said, you will be born, be raised, your parents will teach you some things, but and you may learn some things in school, or like I said, I also basically designed what is the curriculum for the American schools, basically, pretty much, and then left some stuff up to basically scientists and basically researchers and people who knew more about science and stuff like that, people who lived education, or shaped and molded the little minds into what they would become. So anyway, though, yeah, that kind of stuff. So anyway, that might be the point where I lost control, basically, of my civilization, or basically my country. But anyway, whatever. Anyway, still, I named America, so it's like, oh well, I named America, and invented that word right there. I also invented the word gold, but then there's gold, which is featured in movies and stuff like that, and stuff like that. United States of America. It's supposed to just be America, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. Oh well, have a good existence. So like I say, mass production, steam engines, tractors, steam trains, traction engines as they call them. Also the first mobile trailers that were like little places where you had a cooking bench, you had an eating table, and maybe a little table for books. The first motorhomes that were basically camping trailers that were mass produced. Like I said, we produced camping trailers and basically cook wagons and all kinds of stuff, all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, because my people did lots of expeditions and stuff like that into the wilderness and stuff like that. And later on, we sold them to people that wanted to buy them or wanted to go off somewhere or work sites, that kind of thing. Like I said, I mean, technically the old roach coaches too, maybe. Those mobile food vans and stuff like that. Like some of those people might be some people that were working for me at some point in time. Like I said, we had food wagons and stuff like that at some point in time. So feeding the public or whatever. Anyway, though, but I mean, basically they have children, they meet some girl, they have sex, they make little ones, and then the little ones eventually grow up to be like their parents or whatever else. Or grow up to be like their parents. I don't really know. And whatever, it doesn't really matter. So basically you're born into this world and you live in this world and you wonder why or what or how or when. Like I said, that's why we have museums and history books and all that other stuff to try and basically, like I said, we don't fabricate history. We research it. We look into it. We ask, is it really true or is it not true? And we try and find the most true truth out there. It's what my civilization does. It's what we do. It's what I did. It's what you should do. Like I say, don't take my word for it. Yes, there are lots of pictures of LS steam trains and LS trains and LS ships and White Star ships and stuff like that. And you know that basically the White House is white and the DC building is white. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research, but I'm sure you'll find that it is true. So anyway, as I was 100 trillion years old, and like I said, I'm also the builder of the galaxy coming towards us. That will be here in 680 billion years. Sorry, billion years, not trillion years. It was 100 trillion years away from us. Now it's only 680 billion. So anyway, yes. Anyway, you can ask 1.5 life forms, you can ask exoskeletons, you can ask other life forms throughout the universe. There are lots of other life forms out there. Some of them computers, some of them people, some of them exoskeletons, some of them 1.5s, and some other life forms which I have no idea. So I created maybe 700,000 life forms, including plants and animals and some other stuff. So anyway, good luck with the truth. Have fun.